That's it. That is going to be the setup. So, yeah, position changes. We're probably actually going to have to cut people. But, yeah, we have a lot of people. Silly Goose moved over to starting running back position. Try and help him break out a little bit. But it took a while. But we have some depth across the board. Again, the quality, you can argue. But at least we are back to... Okay, it's a team. We're still probably a little bit light at linebacker, but we have some depth, which is nice. We have something to work with. Something to work with. And we got the training results coming through too, so obviously the quality will get a little bit better. So let's see. Look at that. Smith and Gerhard, 83 and 82 respectively. Silly Goose up to an 82. Awesome. You could argue again, should he be at wideout for the speed, but now he should be an explosive, elusive running back for us with Damage and Coyote out behind him. Redneck Cowboy at a 75 at fullback. Lappinen up to an 84. Ramsour also up above an 80. Square Peg Roundhole up to an 80 as well. 72 for Old Greg. 76 for Chris O'Jarrick. 83 for Quartermine Sampson. It's going to be his senior year already. Jesus. Duncan is 79. He's also a senior. Oh, God. We're going to need some offensive linemen. But some pretty good development here for a lot of these players. Average overall of the team definitely improving. 82 for OK, who's now a junior. The secondary, at least the leaders of the secondary, just improved quite a bit here too. So yeah, we're going to have some obvious issues that we have to address. We get to cut players. Okay, yeah, we do have to cut quite a few players. We got to cut it down by 14, so we'll cut the walk-ons. And shit canned. We do custom players. We do, at least in terms of people renaming. Okay. Obvious at quarterback, Sean Kirkpatrick can go. He doesn't really have the speed, and he's terrible. Like, he's just never going to break through. So he's an obvious cut. Running back-wise, I mean, Cole Morgan. He's fast, but probably be the one to go. Again, we have all the fullbacks in the world, which is ridiculous. I think, again, there's a pretty obvious cut or two there. God, we still got to get rid of 10 people. Hate to say it, but Fireball Mojito at a 55. He can go. He's just way too low of an overall. He's never going to make it. We don't really have the linebacker depth. It signed a guy named Keith Miner for us because we don't have enough middle linebackers. I thought I only needed 2. Turned out I needed 3, so he is going to have to stay. At least for this season. Given that we have a 40 rated corner in Chungus McFungus, he can obviously go. Obviously Travis Easley could be another option. Still got to get rid of 8 people. We will get rid of 2-star Cole Morgan at running back. Fullback-wise, we'll get rid of Macon. I mean, he's a junior. He's worse than Graham, who's a transfer. We'll get rid of him. Wideouts, I'd prefer not to cut anybody. Same for tight end, given that we're losing Titus at the end of the season. It's tough. William Martin. I think it's got to be William Martin. It's either that or it's Tur. Given that he's a 63 and a sophomore. I think we'll get rid of old Sphincter out of Pasadena, Texas. Defensive tackle. Sullivan's 3-star, so he goes nowhere. God, we still got 5 more people to get rid of. This sucks. Travis Easley, 2-star corner. We'll move on from him. Strickland goes nowhere. Let's move on from 2-star Steve McClelland. I mean, he is a 66, but I'd rather keep the 3-star Kenny Carter. I mean, maybe. You could argue, how long will it take Carter to be the same rating as Steve McClelland? 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah, I mean... only 2-star for McClelland. I think we are going to get rid of Kenny Carter. He's just a little bit too weak in terms of rating. Billboard 67 as a sophomore. I don't really want to lose a natural safety. 3 more players to cut. Let's go for another quarterback, and we'll go with cutting Dwayne Henry off the team. We'll keep Joe Andrews. Yeah, I mean, the agility is on Andrews' side. Let's get rid of Henry. I mean, honestly, you could make Joe Andrews another cut, and honestly, I think, yeah, that's the way to go. He's just not going to make it, so we'll cut the quarterbacks. And that leaves 1 more player. Could honestly be Mack Truck or Milk Truck. He's just never going to play. He hasn't been redshirt, but I can't imagine when he's going to play. The other shout's a fullback. I just don't want to have to recruit another fullback anytime soon. I think it's running back. Yeah, I think it's running back for us. So, shout out to Milk Truck, but it's just not going to happen. I mean, it's him or Clint Torres, and I guess we'll keep... Hey, you know what? Clint can fuck off. Sorry, Clint. You're out of here. All right, that was actually difficult. That was the first time we had to cut down to 70 players. I mean, again, there were some players I would have preferred to have kept, but what are you going to do? What are you going to do? All right. I think I want to reset the... Oh, baby! We have a new defensive coordinator. A level 19 defensive coordinator, Scott Sloan. That's huge. That is huge to bring in a defensive coordinator of that caliber. Just the natural boosts our players are going to get, especially given how bad we were last season defensively, historically bad for that matter. That's a big, big result for us. So with that, obviously we are going to have to rename some people here in a minute, but before we do that, we got a few more things to handle. And we will kick that off with, again, lightening up our schedule. We need wins. Last season, this didn't work. But yeah, we need wins. And desperately. We'll keep the games that we're booked for, but yeah, we have to try to pad our record at the start of this season. We have to. All right. But before we worry about anything else as well, let's take a look at the roster. Let's take a look. So quarterback-wise, we don't need one. If there's an amazing quarterback, then sure, we could, if there's like a 4-star, but that's not a huge thing for us. Running back-wise, same thing. Damage is the only senior. We really don't need running backs. Fullback-wise, we also don't need fullbacks. I mean, we have Graham and Walker. Not going to have to worry about that. Wide receiver-wise, not a huge need. Tight end-wise, we do have one senior, but again, we'll have 3 carryovers, including square peg round hole. That's not a huge need either. Offensive line, we're going to need help. Yeah, Quartermine, Sampson, Tim Duncan Jr. We 100% need offensive line help. Defensive line. We don't have any major impact players there, but that is what it is. Defensive tackle, also not a huge position of need. Linebacker, we're going to need a lot of help, especially too because we have a walk-on in Keith Minor, so linebacker's big for us. Secondary is kind of the same in that we do have people. Milkshake Jones is a senior, so we will need a kicker. So offensive line, linebacker, and special teams will be our focus. Unless there's high quality talent that wants to join to begin with. Let's take a look at the Texas board. There's 2 5-star Texans, both athletes. There's not a hope in hell. Quarterback-wise, there is a 4-star quarterback. Aside from that, though, it's only the 2-stars that are interested in us. So we're not going to worry too much about that. A couple of 4-star running backs, none of them are interested in us. 2-star fullback, it's obviously nothing too crazy. There's a 3-star wideout that's interested, but nothing too crazy. Yeah, for the athletes, there were that crazy ass 40 time. Not wrong. All right. Wideout, we're not too worried. Tight end, we're not too worried. Offensive line. Offensive line. Couple of 4-stars, a 3-star who's interested. All right. It's better to target these 4-stars. And then for the 3-stars, are these guys who have over a 600 squat, so we can pay attention to them. For the guards, 1 3-star Jason Lawrence for long shots. To make that happen, target the 2 4-stars. Is there anybody with an insane bench? There's Alvin Preston. This is 2-star Derek Alford, who had a crazy fucking squat, but yeah, we're not too worried about that. And then centers. 2 3-stars that are interested. A 1 4-star Devin Burks. Okay. Linebacker is next, unless there's crazy talent interested in us. A couple of 3-stars. All right, linebacker. This is looking promising. This is looking pretty promising. Given that we've had trouble bringing in linebackers lately. God, that dude's fucking rapid, but he's a 1-star. That's a shame. There are these 2 3-stars here that might be interesting. Middle linebacker. Not too much in the way of middle linebackers. Again, Go whites the fastest. Okay. Special teams. Couple of 3-star kickers. Guy named Cannon as well, which is amazing. Take a look at the 2-star punters as well. And then the athletes. Any interested in us? No. Okay, 7 spots left. We could throw our name into the hat for these athletes. And honestly, why the hell not? Perfect number. We'll see if that works out. But yeah, we got to stay pretty focused with our scouting. And before we have you guys rename people as well, let's handle the red shirts just so that we know. Quarterback-wise, we're fine. Running back-wise, Silly Goose is obviously the man. We are going to redshirt Terrence Williams and Milk Truck. Although you could argue, try not to piss off Terrence Williams by redshirting him, but that's what we're going to do. Fullback-wise, go ahead and redshirt John Graham. We'll keep Jeff Walker. Wideouts. Kind of makes sense to keep these two, and then the 5th option isn't nearly as important. 2, 3, 4, 5. If we wanted to keep a 6, we could go Nate McMahon. Silly Goose was moved over to running back. Good redshirt grabbing Titus. Let's do that and see if we can get him next year, and we'll go with 2 weaker freshman tight ends. It would make Roundhole and Titus both seniors at the same time, but that's okay. Let's redshirt Houston Austin. 1 stink. I mean, we could go for Sampson, but that would destroy us offensively. Well, let's see. So, I mean, Mayo, who was moved from linebacker. Francis. 1, 2, 3, 4. Honestly, it's a turf monster. And Jarl, even though he's preseason All-American, we could redshirt him too. Try to keep the freshman happy. Might go back to running back and alter that a little bit, but all right, defensive tackle. We are going to redshirt into game. Also going to redshirt Vince McMahon. It'll be Manu, Grassi, and Sullivan, and keep him happy. Linebacker, we'll redshirt Keith Minor. Everybody there. Corners. Gonna redshirt Leon Strickland. And one other. That'll be the rated R superstar. Safety. Go ahead and redshirt Wet Farts. I don't want Alex Holmes to get pissed, so let's go with those two. All right. We're playing it a little bit aggressive. Hopefully we don't piss off certain people to the point that they leave, but I think at this stage we kind of have to be aggressive. Yeah, Will Smith will still be our quarterback. Silly Goose at running back. Goose. Damage Quixote. Cowboy in there. So yeah, wide receiver, we actually have a couple of threats. Tight end with Square Peg Round Hole. The offensive line. I mean, we are significantly better than we were last year. Just, you know, what that really says is the question. But we are significantly better. Corner, we're still terrible, but we do have two pretty solid safeties. Kick return is Houston. I'm okay with that. Don't want to risk our skill positions all that much. So with that, chat, we got to get to renaming people.